Y'all doing? It's Big John and welcome back to another episode of It's All in the Game. Alright, so today I'm going to offer a little commentary on the Ahmaud Arbery shooting down in Georgia a couple months back. So first of all, to give a little backstory, on February 23rd, a man was seen coming out of a construction site. Somebody called 911. They said they saw a younger looking black man come out of this house that was being built and go running down the street. All right. At the same time, two other men, Gregory and Travis McMichael, saw this young dude running down the street and decided to give chase. See, a couple months earlier, one of them had had a pistol stolen out of their truck. They knew there had been some burglaries in the neighborhood, I guess, so they decided to chase this dude down because for whatever reason, they thought maybe he was responsible for that, or maybe they thought he was breaking into the house. I don't know. Anyway, what happened after that was caught on video. They chased him down with their truck as he was running, and they blocked off the road with their truck. The older McMichael, Gregory, he was driving. He got out of the truck with a shotgun in hand, told Ahmaud Arbery to stop. Ahmaud resisted, at which point they shot him. I'm not sure which one of the two did or if they both did, but they shot him 3 times, twice in the chest, killing him. All right, so that's basically the rundown of what happened that day. What we've learned since then: first of all, we know nothing was stolen from that house that was being built. The homeowner has confirmed it. He had cameras in the house, and you can see Ahmaud Arbery walk into the house, walk around, and take a look around. This is something that I have done, and probably most of you have done. You see a house going up in your neighborhood, you're interested in it, you go in and check it out. That's exactly what it looked like Ahmaud Arbery was doing. He didn't break into it, he didn't steal anything. We know Ahmaud Arbery was not armed. We know from the autopsy he had no drugs in his system at the time. Furthermore, the father, Gregory McMichael, had worked as a police and as an investigator for the county for the prior 20 years. About a year prior to this happening, he had been forced into retirement after the Brunswick Judicial Circuit stripped him of his power to make arrests because he had failed to renew his use of force training. All right. So having worked as an investigator on cases in Brunswick County and surrounding areas, first the DA from Brunswick County recused herself, and then the DA that took it up from there recused himself. So this is all pretty standard. That's exactly what should happen when there's a conflict of interest like that. But what was very unusual, what is, like, in my opinion, probably shouldn't have happened, is the second DA to recuse himself took the very unusual step of writing a letter giving his opinion that the McMichaels were within their right doing what they did. He said he saw it as them trying to execute a citizen's arrest and that they were justified in the use of force that they used. Now, not only is this unusual and, in my opinion, unethical, it doesn't seem like there's any legal basis for doing so. I have the feeling that when he did this, he had no idea that this story was going to become a huge national issue like it has. Nonetheless, now it has, and his letter has become public record. See, first and foremost, in the state of Georgia, to make a citizen's arrest, this is what's required, and I'm reading right from the statute here. It says, a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or with his immediate knowledge, if the offense is a felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape. A private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion. All right, so there's a few things that have to take place here. First of all, the person making the arrest has to have either witnessed the offense or have immediate knowledge of the offense. Second, the offense has to be a felony. Now we know that not only did Ahmaud Arbery not commit a felony, he didn't commit any crime at all. All he did was walk around a construction site. So right there already, we know that it was not a legal citizen's arrest. But maybe at the time, maybe the DA that wrote that didn't know that. However, even if he didn't know that, given the fact that we know that now, there is absolutely no way that Gregory McMichael could have known that Ahmaud Arbery committed a felony, since he had not, in fact, committed a felony. All right? Does that all make sense? Basically, the defense that the DA put up for these men as a citizen's arrest is complete bullshit, okay? He shouldn't have wrote that letter, or he shouldn't have even put this into the public mind that it might have been a citizen's arrest, because it couldn't have possibly been a legal citizen's arrest. And even if it had been, they didn't have the right to shoot the man in doing so. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to comment on is this. This case has a lot of unfortunate similarities to the Trayvon Martin shooting a few years back. In that case, George Zimmerman was acquitted of that killing using the Stand Your Ground law as a defense. Now, what the Stand Your Ground law basically says is if you are being assaulted, you have the right to use force, even deadly force, to defend yourself, all right? And you're justified in doing so. So, in this case, does the Stand Your Ground law apply? In my opinion, it absolutely does. But it applies for Ahmaud Arbery, not the McMichaels. In this case, the McMichaels were absolutely the aggressors. They chased this guy down. He was not armed. They got out of their truck holding weapons. This cannot look like anything other than aggression. When Ahmaud Arbery resisted, he was lawfully standing his ground, all right? Using physical force to resist aggression is the definition of standing your ground. You don't have to be armed. You don't have to shoot at somebody to stand your ground. All you're doing is using physical force to resist aggression. And that's exactly what Ahmaud Arbery did. And because he did so, these men shot him and killed him. So what this looks like to me is two white men who had been the victims of a prior theft profiling a young black man they saw running down the street. They chased him down in a very aggressive posture. He resisted, and they shot him in the street and killed him, all right? One other thing I want to mention, Ahmaud Arbery's running down the street, that in no way should be taken as an indication of his guilt. Ahmaud Arbery was a running back in high school a few years earlier, and from what everybody that knew him, his family has told us, he regularly would go on runs, would go on jogs. This is just something he did. He was an athlete, okay? So the fact that he was running in the opposite direction of this construction site should in no way be taken as an indication of his guilt. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hate seeing this happen. Seems like it's been happening more and more. I hope the Arbery family gets justice for their loved one's death. If this shit pisses you off, write a letter to someone. Do something about it, you know? Make a video about it. Let your voice be heard, y'all. That's one of the things that's great about America. We all have a voice. Let it be heard, okay? Keep your loved ones safe. Stay safe yourself, you guys. Big John told you so. It's all in the game.